Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this will be my first Game of Thrones OMG moments and highlights of Season 7, Episode 5. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will also have giveaways to be announced this week, so stay tuned. Starting with the first OMG moment is Dany burning Randall and Dickon Tarly. There are so many Season 1 references from this week's episode, and this scene reminded me when the Mad King burnt Brandon and Rickard Stark. Remember when Jaime meets with the Tarlys back in episodes 3 and 4? He said Rickon all the time instead of Dickon, and since then I got this feeling that they are foreshadowing the death of these two Tarlys. And I was right. I so wanted Randall to just bend the knee, but we know that he's a proud man, and back when he met Gilly, we were made aware of his disgust towards foreigners and savages, and he spat those same words of disgust towards Daenerys. And Dracarys happened. Also take note that there were 3 batches of the soldiers bending the knee to Dany. The first one was when Dany gave her big speech about fighting the CERSEIs of this world and ending the war, which we can say that these soldiers somehow trust Daenerys to be the rightful queen. The second batch of soldiers bent their knees when Drogon screeched at them, which tells us that these soldiers bent their knees just because they're afraid of Drogon or dragons in general. The third batch of soldiers bent their knees after seeing the Tarlys burnt alive. Next is Jon meeting Drogon for the first time. It made me so happy when Drogon allowed Jon to pet him, which confused Dany all the more. And it made me feel like Drogon approves this Jon and Dany love team. Again, this is another nod for Jon being a Targaryen, and Drogon could probably sense that he has a Targaryen blood. Just when Daenerys was asking Jon what Sir Davos meant with he took a knife to his heart for his own people, we finally see Dany reunite with Ser Jorah after such a long time. And what will Dany do if she finds out that it was Sam who cured Jorah, and Sam being the son and brother of the 2 men he burnt alive earlier? I'm not sure about that, but it's also touching that Dany let her guard down and told him that it will be her pleasure to have him at her side. And then we jump to King's Landing, where we see Tyrion and Jaime reunite. I'm low-key waiting for this scene to happen because I know that Jaime and Tyrion have this weird love-hate sibling relationship, but we also know that Jaime hates Tyrion for killing their father and swore to Bronn that he'll cut Tyrion in half the moment he sees him. And I think Bronn purposely gave Jaime a sparring sword because he knew that it's possible for Jaime to kill Tyrion, and he just doesn't want that to happen. Or maybe Tyrion asked Bronn to do that, we don't know, but I also honestly think that Jaime will not kill Tyrion yet. We also see that Jaime is kind of breaking down after Dany wiped the entire Lannister and Tarly army with a single dragon and heard the Thraki horde. We saw the emotions of these 2 good characters, and their lines are so good, and I actually thought that Jaime will switch sides at this point because he's on the losing side now, and in the books, he already left Cersei long ago. He also knew that Cersei will not win this war, but his love for Cersei makes him stay and continue to fight for her. But on the next scene, which is also our top 5 OMG moment, was finding out that Cersei is pregnant. I honestly had a hunch about this during the release of the episode 5 trailer, and I didn't think that she was talking to Qyburn about the dragons or the scorpion, but I actually thought that Cersei is telling Qyburn something more than just the affairs of the war. Earlier this episode, we saw Qyburn coming out from Cersei's chamber, and again at this scene, Jaime walks in and he saw Qyburn for the second time. And I actually thought that Cersei's sick or something, but she dropped this bomb and revealed that she's pregnant, and she's not afraid to tell everyone that Jaime's the father, and we know that she cares less about what people think of her and Jaime, and Cersei reminded of what her father used to say about the people, and this is another comeback from Season 1 where Tywin says, "A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep." And Gendry and Jon Snow finally meeting at Dragonstone. This is my favorite part of this episode. It reminds me of Robert Baratheon's visit at Winterfell back in Season 1, where Ned and Robert also joked about each other's physique, and their cute little sons are doing the same thing in this episode. They also had this brief awkward silence after the "you're a lot leaner, you're a lot shorter" joke, which Ned and Robert had before as well. I loved how they were able to meet each other's fathers and share the same title, which is being a bastard. And it's also funny how they were like best friends in an instant, but it just felt like the writers are speeding up everything because we only have 2 episodes left for this season. Back to the Citadel, we see Sam rewriting the transcripts. Gilly was reading through a macer's journal where he kept a detailed information of everything, including his bowel movements. And also at this moment, Gilly read about Prince Rhaegar's annulment and remarrying another woman at the same time, and this confirms the biggest theory of this show, which is R plus L equals J. Jon Snow is not a bastard but a true Targaryen, and he actually has the strongest claim to the Iron Throne. But we all know he doesn't want to be king. But what will the Lords of the North think about this? What will Arya and Sansa say if they find out that their brother is actually a Targaryen? I'm not mentioning Bran because I think he already knows about, and I also think that it will be Bran who will reveal Jon's true identity on this show. It's also frustrating somehow that Sam was not paying attention to Gilly and he was just preoccupied with all of the things that are happening in the marching of the dead army towards Eastwatch by the Sea. And speaking of Eastwatch by the Sea, this is the first time that we saw it in the opening credits. It is also the title of this week's episode, Eastwatch. Which leads me to the last OMG moment for this week's episode, which is also a disappointment for me. So we see Jon Snow along with Sir Davos, Sir Jorah, and Gendry arrive at the Eastwatch by the Sea so quickly. The writers are really speeding up everything to the point that they are no longer paying attention to the details. They are just in a hurry to reach the end game. And we know who else is towards that path. The Hound and the Brotherhood without banners. I will say that I like this reunion. It is pretty much established that they have all the reasons to hate each other, and yet they're going to team up to go beyond the wall and face the army of the dead and the Night King. So those are my top OMG moments and highlights for this week's episode. And what is your favorite scene for this episode? Do you think Jon will be able to know the truth about his heritage? Or do you think Cersei will believe Jon if he brings a Nightwalker to King's Landing? Let me know in the comment section down below what are your favorite theories and predictions for the last 2 episodes of this season. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in my next video. Bye!